Sensitivity is a word that we hear quite often in today's society, but surprisingly, it's still one we don't really understand. So, what is sensitivity and what does it mean for people who have this trait? Hi there, my fellow sensitive person, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Ellie and we have chilled out chats about anything and everything. I made a video about being an HSP, or highly sensitive person, a while ago on my channel, but I wanted this video to be more of a general chat about being a sensitive person and surrounding this emotional sensitivity, how us as sensitive people can live more enjoyable lives. I've got myself a nice cup of English tea today. It is very cold in England and I'm just trying to stay as warm as possible. Do grab yourself a snack and a drink if you want to, and let's dive into this. The word sensitive can be seen as a weakness in many areas. For example, sensitive skin means that you have to avoid using certain products on your skin because otherwise your skin will react in a negative way. Same with having a sensitive stomach. You have to avoid certain foods to avoid the risk of having negative symptoms. In each of these cases, you're having to avoid doing or eating certain things to protect yourself. It should come as no surprise then that even in today's society, with all the developments we've made, emotional sensitivity is still very much seen as a weakness. We live in a world that projects onto us this idea that doing more means living a better life, earning more money, buying more material possessions, and putting our emotions to one side in order to step up in our career. But what about those of us who struggle to cope with this reality that consumerism and capitalism has promoted? There are many of us who just need stillness every day to live a fulfilling life. It's been estimated that 20 to 30% of the world's population has high sensitivity. In part, this is a trait that people are born with and it's part of our personality, but I think a big contributor to this is the environment we are surrounded by. The truth is that in this highly materialised world, we are becoming more and more overwhelmed and more sensitive as a result. So what do we do about it? The simple answer would be to change the society we live in and the values that it upholds. But this is basically impossible when so many individuals and businesses benefit from it. So the next best thing that we can do as sensitive individuals is to slightly withdraw from this world. You may be thinking, Ellie, are you saying that I need to live in a wooden cabin, have no TV or internet, and just live off the land for the rest of my life? No, of course not, unless that's your thing. As a sensitive person, I love watching TV and films, and that is quite a normal thing for sensitive people to love because we love that excitement and the way that it makes us feel. But what has helped me is knowing where my limits are. Substituting an hour of TV for an hour of housework and listening to a meaningful podcast. Instead of doom scrolling on your phone on the toilet, read a few pages of a book. There are many ways you can cut down your screen time without feeling that you're missing out. And at the same time, you're going to feel better because you're educating yourself by reading and listening to inspiring people talk about topics you're interested in. I recently started listening to Unexplained Mysteries and the theory of time travel and whether this is actually possible. And I did this while I was painting the bedroom, and it just felt so good to not only get something done, but learn something in the process. Instead of popping a YouTube video on in the background, it actually felt nice to focus on people actually talking about something and not having to divert my attention from painting to look at a screen. My favourite technique to calm myself down whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed or anxious is to take a walk outside. There have been multiple studies on the benefits of taking a walk, starting from just 5 minutes. As well as many physical benefits, taking a walk for just 5 minutes can reduce stress, boost creativity and concentration, improve sleep and increase energy levels, and enhance brain function. Oftentimes, the reason we don't necessarily look after ourselves as much as we could is because we don't really have as much time as we'd like. This is why I don't like it when people give you a list of essential activities that you have to complete each day. in order to feel accomplished. Self-care is about caring for ourselves, and the best way to do this is to choose something or some things that feel natural to you and that you actually enjoy. If you're not a fan of baths, then don't force yourself to take 2 baths a week to say that you're looking after yourself. The key here is that if it stresses you out more by doing it, it's probably not something you should continue to do. Instead of having a massive list of things that I do every week, I have 2 things, and you probably would have guessed that one of them already is walking outside, the other is journaling. And I have talked about journaling in a previous video, but it's basically writing down everything that's on your mind, getting it out on a piece of paper. It is essentially a free form of therapy. And though I do love taking baths, I only do this very occasionally, and in fact, because I don't do it that often, it feels more like a luxurious experience when I do. Our lives can be complicated and messy, and our form of self-care needs to be something simple. Looking after your emotional well-being shouldn't be seen as a chore, but as an opportunity to introduce stillness into your life. Being on high alert all the time is extremely exhausting for your body, and finding a form of self-care that speaks to you is the one to explore. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it gave you some calmness and clarity in navigating your sensitivity. As always, if you did enjoy the video, please give it a big like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.